Morning, Kristen.
Right. Good morning. We are live streaming our We Huddle. Appreciate you guys turning on your camera. So we're interactive because the way the live stream works is if you have your videos on, you'll get live stream. If you don't want to be video on, you can shut it off, but prefer the interaction. Yeah, last week had a great event. Kathy and Christian and Josh were there. Brenton Pennington and his wife, Holly, were there. Really had a great time to meet everyone at the Build conference and just reconnect. Very different from a shareholders EXPCon. This is not a corporate event. The focus usually for the Build conference is focusing on building your organization, right? And also productivity. So they added a lot of productivity on day two. So I really highly stress, try to attend these events when you can, or bring people, right? Leverage. So I posted today, kind of the message that I wanted to share was leverage, right? The power of leverage, right? We are creating this network together to leverage each other, right? We all have different talent to bring. And, the quote for the day is, I'm not the smartest fellow, right? And in the world, but I can sure pick the smartest colleagues, right? And you think about that is, when Calvin came to me a couple of years ago, back in 2000, I met him in 2008. He was at Goldman. I was like, oh, this, corporate guy. Just said, well, when he came to me in 2012, I said, I can't afford you, but we can partner up and the sky's the limit, right? So we all have something to bring to the table, right? Just like Calvin leverages my connections, I leverage his talent as well. So we all have that together. Right? It's not just the two of us. It's all of us together. And if you think about that, that is very powerful. And I hope you guys understand what you have is very unique. And it's what we continue to create. You have to feel that. You have to understand that. And if you don't understand the power of leverage, then this is not the right business. Right? Because we have to leverage our partners. We have to leverage our investors. Right? If we have a great deal, we have to be able to persuade them or show them, right? And then bring on our partners, our lenders, to make sure that they can also purchase that property. So I really stress on, understanding how to leverage, not use people, right? That's different. Leverage is giving back, and we're able to leverage, right? Because that's the balance, right? You don't want to be just all on one side. So we have to also give back. So Josh, you were at the events. Could you share a little bit about the Build conference, what you learned? This was, I guess this is your first big events with EXP.
Correct. Yeah, that is correct. Well, I am very glad that you encouraged me to go. So it's expensive. And what I learned and connect at these sessions were tremendous in terms of building a team. So there are lots of testimonies, sharing of the different leaders, right? How they built their organization, from Rob Flick, who has nearly 20,000. And he was part of the intimate group that Tom had in his room again. So from all the speakers to the connections that I made, it's really invaluable. So time well spent. I would encourage folks that are interested in, if you're not interested in even building a team, the connections is well worth it. So I was able to meet, I was able to meet with the farm and ranch broker from Fredericksburg, and also met with Debbie Tran Friday too. So yeah, and in fact, I'll share with you another tip. I was able to schedule an appointment with the economic program director of San Antonio. So I did learn some inside tips, so to speak, as to the growth of San Antonio from the standpoint of opportunity. So Yeah, these are valuable sessions.
Thank
That's
you.
all I can say.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Josh. Appreciate the sharing.
you bet.
Wow, over there too. New in the company, able to make it out, brought your family. I was
Yeah.
glad to meet your wife and kid. Anything you want to share?
Yeah, that's actually my first time in a big event like that. I feel a lot of motivation, like a lot of things we need to catch up if we want to grow the business. I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to want to grow your mind. I think they said you make what you think, and I think absolutely true. So give yourself opportunity to go out there, see what's going on, and come back.
All right. Christian and Kathy, I know you're driving, so maybe Kathy can speak. She loves speaking. I know Kathy.
Here with Kathy. We love big events. Reason why we love big events because this is the event where it shows us, the vision of who we can be, in the future. We get to see all our leaders. Not only Calvin and Daniel, but Josie here locally, but hire Chen Huang, Tom Trunks, and then we've got 4 or 5 other leaders on top of that. We get to see people who has a team of 100, 1,000, not the 15, 20,000, but the team of 1 or 2,000. We get to talk to them, see how they build. A lot of them come on stage and they've been in the business for 2, 3 years. They're just running the systems. A lot of them do video marketing. We realize that video marketing is very effective, and get yourself out there, get your message out there. A lot of people wanted to join another company. A lot of people sick and tired of their previous company that they want to change, but without letting them know that we are available. A lot of times, they look and we're not even on the radar, and then they're gonna find someone else. So get your video out there, get yourself exposed, get excited. I talk about the 3 S: the state, the story, and the strategy. Every time I go to big events like this, my stage gets very elevated. I get so excited. And in this excitement, that's when I create a new story. I wanted to bring 20, maybe 30 people to EXPCon. That's my new story. And then in order to do that, then I had to come up with new strategy. Coming back, me, Kathy, we make all kinds of plans that what we need to do in order to make this story happen. Because right now we're very excited. On top of that, just like Josh said, we spend time with Tom Strong. I don't know how Tom could do it. He put so many, high profile into a room of 20. Gave us almost a one-on-one talk. Just listening to Ron Flick, talk for half an hour, just really, touch us to the core and get us really excited. Kathy, anything you want to add?
Oh, I think Christian spoke for me. But anyways, yeah, I mean, just the excitement being there and the energy was amazing. And I feel like with this opportunity, it's too good not to share for everyone. And I just feel like before, I just like the opportunity is there. It's just not the right timing. But when the timing's there, people will come. So I just wanted to share for everyone to know, basically. So I love going to the event.
Yeah, one of the things I want to share about is, I talk to the people on my team is that you build your team from event to event. You know that this type of meetings can stir the soul, can make you excited. And when you're excited and have a good vision, your team will grow. So the challenge that me and Kathy have, including all the leaders around us, is that in the next meeting, EXPCon, how many people will you have going there? Because the people who is going to this Build 23 event, I'm sure they're going to come back and bring 2 or 3 to the next event. So the name of the game is that how big is your team? If you bring about 10 people to EXPCon and each come back with 3, then your team could quadruple. You bring 20 people, it can go to 60. So, that just do the math, just let the process do itself. So from now, my game plan is that, we're going to push really hard for EXPCon, because we realize how exciting, how beneficial, and how viable these type of trainings and meetings are in terms of growth.
Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, big events are important, right? We have EXPCon Canada. That's going to be the first one in September. I plan to go there because I do want to build a team there. I want to connect with other leaders in that market. EXPCon Las Vegas is in October. If we have enough people, we can decide to get an Airbnb. Because I think being in one house or two houses, whatever, depending on how many people we go, we get to connect. Because when you're at big events, sometimes it's really hard because everyone is in their hotel, they're doing other stuff in Vegas. It gets busy. But if we have enough leaders that say, hey, let's do it together, let's book a place, let's mastermind, let's break bread together, and then just go from there. It's up to us as leaders how many people go, right? So I need everyone to step up that's going to go or has is on the fence. At least I know that I have to put you on the list and how we can do it, because there's a lot of logistics that we have to figure out as well. Lore, our affiliate partner up in Wisconsin, saw that we were going, got excited, and booked his ticket. Was it the day before the event?
Yeah, it was literally the day before the event. I had seen your message, Daniel, while I was about to take a nap on a Sunday afternoon, coming home from showings. And Daniel's like, hey, tickets are like half off right now if anybody's interested. And so I'm Milwaukee, and so I'm like, that does sound pretty tempting. And I have a house in I have a beach house in Galveston, so kind of figured, well, if I go, I can do some stuff in my beach house as well. So before I know it, I just like said something to my wife who was walking around the back, and she's already looking up flights for me. She wanted me to go do some stuff at the beach house. So I was like, okay. She's like, I found you a flight at 7. You got to like pack right now and go.
That's good.
It's like, okay. But yeah, I'm really happy that you told me to go.
Roommate, right?
Oh yeah, Josh was my roommate too, so that also made it very affordable. Josh is correct. It was pretty expensive, even still with both of us splitting the bill. But as some of us, we look at it as a cost to go to these type of events, but it is definitely worth it to attend. And just the connections you make, like getting to hang out with Josh, who has a wealth of knowledge and experience, and then just to be surrounded all the time by people like Christian and Kathy, as well as Daniel, hanging out with Tom's private mastermind after the event meeting. That was incredible. We had EXP president there from commercial side talking about sharing his story, how he joined EXP and how Tom recruited him. That was like incredible. And you just kind of get to know things that you never knew was possible. Like watching Tom build his organization, hearing from Rob Flick, talking about how they used to do the same thing. They used to just be a group of 10 or so in a hotel room and talking about the future, even things they never even built yet. But today it's there, and it just really inspires you to see what's possible and what you can do and start building. So,
right. And you think about Tom. Tom just got on the call. Appreciate you hopping on. When Tom was in this company and trying to talk to me, I didn't even give him the opportunity, right? And at the same time is we can leverage Tom now, right? He has gone through the grunt work, and the rest of the leaders, right? They've built the company to over 88,000 plus, right? And we can leverage that now. It's much easier to talk about this platform because we have the track record, right? So there's a lot of people that we still need to connect with because we're just sharing, right? I don't like to call it recruiting because I don't look at it as recruiting because I didn't recruit y'all, right? My focus is attracting right leaders, right, to leverage each other and help each other with their productivity, right? If you need a productivity coach, get a productivity coach. I'm going to Tom Ferry's event in August to learn more on the sales side. Yes, it's going to be more residential, but we have a lot of residential people in our organizations, right? If I'm not able to learn and help you guys on the residential side and not find the right coaches, right? I have to start somewhere so you guys can duplicate that, right? Tom, since you're here, you want to share anything, your excitement, goals, try to hit 2,000? This is the group that's going to get you there.
Well, so I just texted you, Daniel, and about my top 15 generals. You're one of my top 15 generals for sure. I just texted all 15 top generals asking them, and I'm going to ask you the same, all 20 of you here. What are your goals? for 2023 by year end. Text them to me and let me know how I can help. But in order to do that, I need to see where you are now. So I texted my leaders. I said, text me your rev share charts now, as of today, and tell me where you want to be and how I can serve you. That's what I want to share with you today. It's Monday. I am fired up. I've got more energy now than I've ever had in the past 5.5 years of being on this platform. It is so easy now to attract. I cannot tell you, it is so easy to attract. EXP is the place to be. Everybody wants to know about it. Most people get EXP'd on. Most people get offended and don't and get attracted the wrong way. It's distasteful. The agents who are talking to them don't know how to talk the language, meaning they don't know how to ask about the others. My job here today is to learn, Judy, what are your goals? Why? Where do you want to be at the end of the year, Josh? Michael Hill, what's your goals, sir? Do you have them written down? Tia, Lucia, Lasanda, what are your goals? Did you look at your goals this morning? Right? The rest of you, did you look at your goals last night before you went to bed? Did you set your goals for today? Is your calendar jammed packed like mine? Man, I've got 14 meetings today. 14. And those meetings to help you guys. This is one of those 14 meetings to help Daniel and the 20 of you build your dreams, create a life that you want. Text me. You've got my cell phone. You can't find me on Workplace. Send me your goals and let me know how I can support you. That's it, Daniel. Thank you for having me and thank you for your leadership. I totally love and respect everything you're doing, my man. And I'm here to help you get there. It's not about me hitting 2,000 or 20,000 like Ralph Lick. It's about me helping Daniel reach his goals. So Daniel, what are your goals? What are your goals for the rest of the year?
My goal is I know that we can double. And that's 300 people.
All right. So you're at 150, 160. To get to 300, you need 140, right? So your goal then, Daniel, is to say, okay, Judy, what are your goals? If Judy's going to bring in an additional 20, you need to help Judy bring in 20, right? You need to help Rick Davis bring in 5, whatever. Help Aaron bring in 10. Help Christian Albert bring in 40 or 50. And then you add up those numbers, their numbers become your goals. I don't know what my goals are. That's why I'm texting my top 15 leaders, my top 15 generals, because you guys are going to give me your numbers and I'm going to add it up and that's going to be my goal. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because I can only get that by helping you get there.
I agree.
All right, guys. Thank
That's
you for
the
having me.
Having a great leader like Tom and being part of the organization together. So same thing. I know Joel's growing, Lucia's growing, Lasanda's working on getting her lists and speaking with people. Tia's also doing that. Nancy, I know that is getting there. Aaron, connecting me with someone on LinkedIn, right? Debbie, yesterday I had a conversation with her regarding having a list. I said, Debbie, you're a 2-time icon. Where's your 100 people list? Right. And, she says, hey, I'm at fault. And she goes, because she texted me like, how can I find a partner like what you and Calvin are doing? And I said, well, let's look over your list. Give me 100 people. Let's see if we can find a partner that will work. So after we talked about 30 minutes, she popped up a name because I was trying to think of people in Austin, and we popped up a name, and she's a broker owner. And I said, well, let's set up a call. I'll head down to Austin. And those are things like, because if you want to find your partner, it takes work. Right? They don't just pop up when you have to reach out to them. So same thing with Josh, Hua, Judy, Shala, everyone, So like I said, what is your goal, Judy? What is your goal, Tia? What is it by the end of the year?
Text them to Daniel, text them to me, and I will help you guys. Okay? Yeah. But it's got to be written down. So check this out. One more thing. So if you were in a suite and everyone at Build was invited to my suite. It's too bad that not everyone made it, but you heard from Laura there. He got valuable content. So did I. I learned. I do these things because I want to improve. I think improving 1% a day is very hard. very hard. But I think I know I can improve 0.5% a day. If I can improve 0.5% today compared to what I was yesterday, just 0.5%, by the end of the year, I would have improved 180%. Got it? 0.5% today times 360 days is 180%. At the end of the year, 12 months from now, I will be 180% better than I am today. In that suite, Lucia, I'm going to get to you, Lucia. So in that suite, Rob Flick has almost 20,000 agents in his organization, 20,000. And he goes, Tom, I'm going to take my wealth chart. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to start from zero. This is what I did this morning. There's my wealth chart. The other side is last year's wealth chart. I flipped it over and I'm starting from scratch. I promise you by next Monday, that wealth chart will be all filled up with leaders who text me their numbers. And I'm going to put them on that board. I'm going to focus on that. This is my office here. And I come here 3-4 times a day, and that thing's going to sing to me. It is going to speak to me. It is going to tell me who I need to reach out to help. All right, Lucia, go.
I really like that concept of improving 1% a day. Can you
0.5% for me.
I know, but the goal being 1% a day. So can you explain or share just a couple of examples of what specifics those mean to you?
Sure. So I have 14 scheduled meetings on my calendar today. Last night I had 16. I texted the 2 people and I told them I can't make your call today. I don't want to disappoint them. I'd rather say no last night and them not having to be dependent on me. That is being true to myself and a better leader. From here on out, I have things on my calendar. I don't want to triple book anymore. I used to triple book and then I would pick the top 2 priorities and then disappoint the person who's expecting me. So now I said to myself, I'm not going to do my best not to disappoint people. Okay. And that's become better for me, Lucia. That's me being a better leader, being a better human being. Right. And I have done that before. Before my sponsors, Scott and Tracy and Rob would say, Tom, triple book, because you know why? Most of the time they cancel. Most of the time people cancel because they don't show up for their own meetings. All right. Well, I'm working with high caliber leaders now where they don't cancel on me anymore. If Daniel Ang sets an appointment with me, I promise you he's going to be there. He won't disappoint me. Right. Does that make sense, Lucia? So I'm at a level now in my business that everybody who's coming to me who has my time is very respectful of my time. And I know something. If Daniel books me for an hour and his prospect cancels 30 minutes before, this was what Daniel's going to do. He's going to hop on that phone. He's going to scramble. He's going to get someone on that Zoom call with me 30 minutes later because he respects my time.
Yeah.
That's being 0.5% better by me being 0.5% better every day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you guys are doing the same thing. You guys are scheduling booking calls with me to help you guys. And, main thing is the day before, double check. Right, because I block off 2 hours, 1 hour, hour and a half, and if there's a no-show, and we've seen that, right? We've seen people who don't show up, or they forgot, it's not on the calendar, or whatnot. That's why it's always important. Just like with showings, right? Especially commercial showings. Residential, you don't have to be there because you have a lockbox. But commercial, we've seen it all the time. Judy can attest to that. People don't show up to the property. They schedule something to see a space. And then it'll show. Same thing.
Here's another example, Lucia, and I hope this adds value to you. I have a Monday sales coaching and accountability call every Monday at 11 a.m. CST. All of you are invited. It usually runs for an hour, and then I had a 1 p.m. appointment, a recruiting call for one of my tier 5s, a pretty big heavy hitter, and I'm gonna hop on a 3-way call. And then Daniel Ang inserts an event for a lunch and learn in Dallas, and they put it right in the middle. Okay. And so yesterday I had to scramble. I wanted to be in all three. I have to be in all three because I committed to the first two, but I want to be in this call with Daniel to help weekly lunch and learns in Dallas. So I reached out to my leaders for the sales coaching and accountability. I says this today at noon Eastern time, 11 Central, we're going to cut our call from 60 minutes to 45 minutes. Everyone come prepared with your cameras on, with your questions ready to go. We're going to get 60 minutes worth of work done in 45 minutes. I asked Daniel to cut his hour meeting down, and he's going to cut it down to 30 minutes for me. And then I pushed my 1 o'clock three-way call to 1:30 to give me a little bit more time, and that worked. So now I added in an extra meeting, that 14th meeting that was not on there the day before, right? That's being 0.5% better today than I was yesterday because I condensed time. I'm still going to get the same amount of work done.
That's great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And learning systems, right? Tom has he has 2 websites. You can find his calendar, his travel schedule, leverage those events and be there, right? Dalen was from Miami, right? We had the opportunity to meet Dalen through Lucia and, connect Dick Lee and Tom for that event. So just continue to follow Tom, follow our leaders, leverage. But we're almost at our 30 minutes. Is there anything that anyone else wants to share really quick, or we can adjourn and then cut off 1 minute and go make that 1 minute back? Anyone else?
If anybody is doing a multifamily transaction right now?
Lucia, I'm not doing any yet, but hope to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because we need to have a group of multifamily mastermind and sharing.
Lucia, connect with Rich Enderlin. He's directly under James Huang. Rich is focused on multifamily. He's not in Texas, but he'll be a good resource. He was our when we had our old franchise. He was the one helping Jim operate that company. So he's a good knowledge. Rich Enderlin.
Where's he located? Where's he located? Do you know?
Arizona and California, back and forth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's adjourn. It's 9:29. We could save 1 minute and then go from
9:29. Here's I challenge you. Look at your calendar for tomorrow and look at your calendar for the rest of the week. It's 9:30 and this is my 4th meeting already. 9 more to go, baby. How's your calendar looking like? Have a great week, everybody. Crush it. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.